Dear me in 9 days' time, your results don't define you. And I know that when you get them through, you're going to be thinking a lot differently than that. And everything's gonna seem like it's so important and that your life depends on the grades that are on that paper. And I guess to a certain extent it does. I'm not trying to take that away, but you still have worth, even if you don't get the grades that you hoped for. So this is more of an open letter to myself in like a week and a bit's time, but also to everyone else that's getting their results this year or will be getting their results in some time in the future. They don't define you. Okay, they are important, they're very important. GCSE results are pretty important, they're like the building blocks to be able to do everything else. But there's still ways of doing the things that you want, even if you don't get the grades that are needed to get onto the right courses. If you're as passionate about it as you say you are, or you think you are, or you know you are, then self-educating is a good option. It's a good option. Like, may not be as good as being taught by someone else, but I mean, it's still a good option. So remember, you can do that if you flunk at anything that you want to do next year or the year after or any time in the future. And do me in a week's time if you don't get an A star in the subjects that you really wanted in. Yeah, don't really have anything to say about that because I really want them. I'm not going to say which subjects though, in case I don't get them, because that would be jinxing it. I don't like jinxing things. But the main thing of this, I think, is just to everyone that's going to get results in the future, they don't define you, they don't define your worth, they don't define your intelligence. They show how good you are at memorising something for an exam and keeping calm under exam conditions. And if you're doing something where a lot of writing is required in the exam, it also shows how quickly you can write, which I mean isn't exactly great at measuring intelligence. So I mean, but yeah, so if you don't get exactly what you want or need, you're going to be okay. There are other ways around doing pretty much everything that don't require graded material, unless of course you want to do an A-level subject or you want to go into university. Of course that does require grades. But if worse comes to worse, there is always options for retakes. I mean, it is kind of the end of the world at that moment in time, but in the grand scheme of your life is 1 year that you took out to retake something that means a lot to you. Is that going to matter when you're 60, when you're 70, or are you going to thank yourself because you're like, oh yeah, I mean, I messed up a bit first time around, but I could do it afterwards, and then I got to where I wanted to be, or found out that, wow, maybe that's not for me, and I wasted a year. But I mean, life lessons, I mean, not terrible. Life lessons are good, sometimes. You can tell that I haven't scripted this because I'm just a bit, but today has been a bit of a naff day, so I'm just kind of rolling with it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end this here because I've rambled enough, but to conclude, I just want to reiterate to myself in 9 days' time, your results don't define you. They don't define your worth, they don't define your intelligence, they don't define your morals or who you are as a person, or how good you are at making friends and interacting. They don't define how creative you can be and how outside of the box you can sometimes think. They define how you felt within an hour or 2.5 hours, and they show what you can write within that time under pressure, but not what you can live with. Oh Jesus, my alarm just went off right as I was on a nice little roll. Oh, that ruined the mood, didn't it? I'm gonna go. That ruined it. Oh yeah, they also don't define how well you react to situations. Oh wait, I was gonna say situations under pressure, but yeah, they do. They do define that, which for me isn't very well. So, I will see you tomorrow. I'll probably do another video on results at some point before results, and then at some point after, because I'm nervous. Can you tell? Right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.